Ukraine's long-promised Western future is hitting a hard wall. After EU talks in Cyprus, Friedrich Merz bluntly ruled out immediate EU membership, puncturing Kyiv's fast-track ambitions at a critical moment in the war. Instead of accession, Europe is offering delay. Merz pushed for intermediate steps, even as Volodymyr Zelensky demands full membership by 2027 and rejects any symbolic version, exposing a widening gap between Kyiv's expectations and Europe's reality.
We had already agreed on this in December, and thankfully, the disbursement could finally begin. We must continue to increase pressure on Russia with regard to a possible peace process in Ukraine. I also want to welcome that we were able to adopt the 20th sanctions package yesterday. The message to Russia is clear. We will not back down. On the contrary, we will continue to increase the pressure. We also talked about bringing Ukraine closer to the EU. It is clear to everyone that an immediate accession of Ukraine to the European Union is, of course, not possible. However, I have proposed that we now start a process in the European Union with a strategy to bring Ukraine closer to the European Union, at the end of which, of course, full membership should also be the goal. But we need intermediate steps to get there.
Behind the scenes, resistance is hardening. Ukraine's EU bid has been frozen since 2024 after opposition led by Viktor Orban, with major EU powers quietly blocking any rapid entry, turning unity into hesitation. On NATO, the message is even harsher. Andrei Plenković called full membership completely unrealistic, pushing instead for a vague new framework, a fallback that avoids direct confrontation with Russia.
After Geneva, this process led by the United States has suddenly slowed down due to the situation in the Middle East and with Iran. However, this is something that Ukraine needs in the scenario where there is no prospect of NATO membership, and it has been clearly stated that there is none. At the same time, it is completely unrealistic to expect Ukraine to become a full member. That is not realistic. What is realistic is that perhaps in a creative way, a new framework might be found that would send a certain signal, at least a partial one, and politically important. That is what we are discussing now.
The shift is unmistakable. The West is still backing Ukraine, but drawing clear limits. Integration is no longer imminent, and as war drags on, Kyiv is being kept close, but not fully brought in.